Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 19 of our playthrough on the pressure map. We're playing as the Ironteeth and we're playing on hard mode. And we are now officially the settlement of Platformtopia. I really like that name, so we're going to go for it. So, what are we talking about today? So, thank you for the comments once again. They will... Oh, well, they actually put the impermeable floor in here now. Let me just have a look. Distracted before I even start talking about the comments. They put all of this in. So I'm going to set this to just be open. So that should just be open. Which will allow water to flow out. And during the... Actually, no, not during the bad tide. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in terrain blocks just here. And that's going to block that up. And then we're going to have the water come here. So this will be completely pressurised. So in theory, is there a problem with this? There is a small problem with this in over here, I believe, because this will allow the water to push back up here. I don't think it's going to be a massive problem. Maybe we do just need to plug that before we do. So let's pause this for now. Let's pause this for now before we get carried away. As far as other projects go, I believe we were talking about putting... So we could put some mangroves up here. Was that correct? I read a comment about that. So we could put a sluice in here and have some water come... Well, actually, yeah, we could come and take that out, pop a sluice in, have water come through here, and then we could just put mangroves in here. I kind of like that idea. I think it's a very good idea. I would like to get a bit of mass transit over there as well. We did save some space here, didn't we? I was reading the comments, and I'm sure you commented saying that we didn't save any space here, but I'm sure we saved one extra space. Anyway. So, mass transit over to here to put mangroves in. So this can work. I'm not going to do it in the drought. When we get into a good tide, we'll do it. And then what we'll do is we'll dynamite all of this. So how much dynamite do we have? We have a reasonable amount of dynamite. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a load of path. Ooh, hello. Bit of jank. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying this so much. It probably is my favourite playthrough. I mean, I did enjoy the first Folktales playthrough we did. But that was probably more because it was my first playthrough. But no, I'm really enjoying doing this and having you guys commenting, etc. And NYC, we are going to have more platforms today, don't worry. Was it Belinda, your diary? Don't worry, she will know what that sounds like. I also do want to talk about putting... I'm not sure about the mangrove farm in the middle here. Once we've got more mangroves up here, I think it becomes a bit superfluous, doesn't it? But anyway, we will look at that when we come to it. So, I would like to put power over to... Why are we on slow? Get this on fast. I would like to put power over here. So what that's going to look like, I think, is that we are going to be clogging this up. And then we would force the water to come through here more regularly. So what I'm currently going to do is, I think I'm going to... What I'm going to do for the time being is I'm going to... Because I'm scared of the tide. We know we can force more water through up here because the outflows through these two gaps. So realistically, more water getting pushed up here isn't an issue. I didn't even need to put that in. Okay. That's perspective for you, isn't it? So put that there. The L-shaped paths are good, but they are also sometimes a bit weird. So, what does this look like? Does this look like contaminating ourselves to put in some dirt? I think it does. But what I could do is, I could set the dirt to be the highest priority, and then they would put that in first, and then the platforms to get over to it next. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm also going to make this high priority. What else have I got stupidly high prioritized? Do we have any bots yet? That is my question. It doesn't appear we do. We have 2 bot heads. 1 bot limbs. And I didn't put any storage in for the bots either, so that's on me. And are you constructing a bot? You are. So this is going to be the first job that we change to be bot. And I can't remember how we do that. Do we need the bots first before we can see that in action? We do. I would also like to talk about these. So, Phelan came in with a great idea. I know I could put the storages in here, but came in with a better idea of... It wasn't a better idea. Both ideas are good. Of having more space for food production. So, what we're going to do is... So what we could have done, I will talk through the other idea. So, the other idea was that I have the fermenter like so. Like this. And then the paths are obviously up. And then what I would do is I put food storages on either side. But what we're going to go with for, I think, is we're going to go for having the fermenters a little bit further down, like that. And then that just makes it a little bit tighter. Like so. It might even allow me to... No, we're not gonna worry about oil press just yet. It allows me to do that and just have it all a little bit more... Why is this paused? Just a little bit more space efficient. But we do need to start storing a lot more raw materials, like you said. So we will come in and we will put in 1, 2, 3. I also do need to think about how we're going to get up here long term. I kind of want some... I'm kind of thinking we might have a heightened system, or we come along here. Because we could put a walkway along there to get to another level up, and maybe have a staircase down here. I'm not 100% sure what that looks like. But what we're going to have for now is we're going to have the cassavas being fermented here to begin with. And how are you doing with these projects I'm giving you? So that one's miles away, so that's just going to take time. The dynamite over here is not prioritised at all, so that's just going to take time. So canola oil is being squished there. So corn, do I want to... How much? We do have a lot of canola being stored. So let's get the canola stored here, and let's high prioritise that, and I want it to set to obtain. Are you set to obtain? You are set to obtain. I want that canola warehouse built just so that it is built. We have a lot of injured beavers. Don't we just? So, I think these can come away now. I'm not going to delete the extract one just yet, because we do need to figure out where we're going to put the extract. And I don't know whether... Build a bot. We have a bot. We have a bot. So now the bot is going to start making other bots in botception. How much does that cost? 10k. Do it. Ironbot 1 is going to start to make other bots. So. I was thinking about where we were going to put an extract tank in, wasn't I? Before I got distracted. Do we come... I don't think we come up here. I'm not sure. I don't think we do. Can I actually... If I was to run that in, can I just build that? Oh, that is reachable. Okay, that's fine. And that is being built as well. Okay, fair enough. I might low prioritise that because I don't really want that. Anyway, before we get distracted again, extract tank, where are we? So, we're going to have this come here. So we're going to have one. So that's going to be one there. That's going to be one there. So triple. So these are going to be these platforms, aren't they? So that will go there. That will go there. I'm guessing we might just have... We might just have it here. Is that the worst thing I've ever done? How big is the tank? It's under storage, Scott. So it is a thick boy. I kind of wanted the path running down. I did kind of want a path running down here. I don't feel like we're going to need too much more water production. Maybe we do just come in with the tank here. Well, that's going to have a path running up to them because of that. Do I go some sort of horrendously suspended monstrosity, or do I just make peace with it and just we don't have a path running down there? I think I'm just going to make peace with it. That's fine. So this is going to be an extract tank. And maybe we have a badwater tanker. So I think this is going to be where we unify across the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this here. That's fine. If I come in with this here, you'll be really pleased I'm adding the platforms in early. The platforms are disappointing in early this time, NYC. That looks okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do something really stupid. And have the little suspension bridge. Yay. And then we'll have that running across there. And what we'll do is we'll come in with another tank. And this one is going to be for badwater, I guess. I know it's not super close to it, but I'm just making the best of what we've got going on. Are they coming up here and putting this in? Yes, they are. So they put one in already. So now I can high prioritize that. So they should come in and not contaminate themselves. I can't believe I'm thinking logically. Dynamite is being put in over here. Okay. Good stuff. Everything seems to be balancing out. Metal blocks are still what metal blocks are going to be. So it's just natural how that's going to be. You're putting in... Do you have a charging station yet? That is my question. I'm sure I put a charging station in. Yes, we do. Okay, so we do have charging stations for the bots. Canola is being brought over, so the oil press should be working. And you can put canola oil in there, but it's probably being used at a very rapid rate. Fine, I guess. And next highest priority is to build all of this so we can kind of connect across. Yep, okay. They've probably been chomping at the bit to do some of this anyway. And then what? So we have corn rations there, corn rations there. What other food do we have loads of? I mean, we have loads of kohlrabis now, so I mean, I guess get the kohlrabis in here. And I would actually like to build this as well, so we can have some storage for non-fermented cassava, because we have shed loads of it. We do need a lot more oil presses as well. So maybe, is there a world in which this comes out here? I know we just put this in. And we put in... What would 2 oil presses here look like? It's not perfect, is it? Could we... Is there a world... Because I would like some more oil presses. And what we could do is we could put some small storages in over here. So we could put just, I don't know. And these could just be for water. Because they haven't got too far to run. And then it does just, I don't know. Get these built as well, please. Add it to your list. How is this going now? So they can reach that. So I'm intrigued to see if they're going to put that in next. We have 10 days left. I will come in and put a sluice in once we... Are we below the threshold? No, because I don't want to lose all of the water into here. And we are going to have to put an extra layer on this at some point as well. Which won't be today, because I've started to do all of this. But... Cassava. Now, what are you going to be? We haven't even thought about coffee. We haven't thought about soybeans. So, because we were doing this anyway, I think it's time we start to have a chat about this. So we have 18 empty jobs. These probably don't have people working in them anyway, so I'm just going to delete these. I mean, they do, but we're just going to delete them. No. We're going to delete... I can delete this power stack as well now, actually, can't I? Lovely. Let's get rid of it. Oh, I deleted the path there, so they can't get up here for this. They do need to still get up here for this. Are they building this? This is my extract one, isn't it? So, next jobs, guys. Yeah, that's your next job. These tanks are really badly placed, but I can make it work, I think. How are we doing for metal blocks? We have quite a few metal blocks. Ah, okay, so now we can actually do that, and we should be able to hit the next one. So this is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see what actually happens with the water here, because it's pushing up here. So it should... It'll either come up here, and... Well, I don't think it should, actually. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen. It shouldn't affect the height of this. But we will see, because we're going to block this up as well soon. So what's that look like? Is that easy to block up? I think that's going to be relatively easy to block up. But before we do that, this needs to be heightened. I think we're going to heighten this so that the retaining wall's higher. Rather than change how the outflow comes out, I think we're just going to change this retaining wall just to make it higher. And then it does add a little bit of jeopardy, because if I accidentally delete a block, it just goes away. Anyway, I've got distracted once more. And I've deleted the same path that I just deleted before. Aren't you glad you watched this? So, I'm going to delete this. Will you let me delete this? Is that fine? I'm also going to delete this. Is that fine? Okay. I've just killed that beaver before it was born. Is all of this fine? So we can't grow here. What's happening here? Interesting. So we would have to come and, because it's pushing up, we would have to... So I think we need to do some emergency works, don't we? So yes. So don't let me detonate that dynamite without... I mean, you have no control over this. You're going to see if I remember or not. I was going to say, don't let me detonate that dynamite without turning all of the bad water sources off first. We're about to see what happens here as well. Do we have more oil presses? And we also have more bots. So let's unlock these. Oh, this is hammering the science, isn't it? So the bot production will increase, and then they're going to get in the mine, because that is our massive beaver injury problem. So is this in? So this is in. So where is all of this bad water going? Be prepared to just delete a source. So not delete a source, close a source. So that has increased the power again. So we're now at 7,400. It hasn't affected the outflow, because the flow is still flowing where the flow is flowing. Ah, so that may... Is that going to be an issue? I don't think it is. I don't think we're having too much over the top. It might be an issue once we... Where's this flow? Oh, God, where's this flowing? What's going on? Where are we flowing? Why has that changed? Where are you flowing out from? Ah, so you're flowing out down here. Which means you're... Well, so... so how are you coming in here? Water physics. So you were flowing down here. Now you're not. So now you're going this way. I don't get how that's... I really don't get... Ooh, okay. Wow, we are generating... Okay, so is it all coming out of here? We are generating... Oh, okay, maybe it was just a temporary flow thing. We are generating absolute power now. Look at that. Jesus. It's not flooding anything, though, is it? It's not flooding anything. Okay, I can kind of live with that. Fingers crossed. I think we've successfully done it. For now. I mean, it is overflowing here slightly because it's being pushed all through here instead. But yeah, look at that power. Look at that power. So, the next test... Well, not the next test. The next thing we need to do is... So, delete that. We're going to scaffold. So, I don't think we need to go over... We only need to go one more high here. I think that'll be enough. But I am going to put the scaffolding around the edge so that nobody has to get contaminated. And we're going to put in the levees. No, that doesn't go there. I hope I'm not having what happened when I recorded last night on the Folktales episode, where I just make really poor decisions the entire episode and bonjour enjoy. So, we're also going to have to figure out how to get up a little bit higher, but I will not just for now. So, are the bots self-replicating now? Now they are. And I was thinking about where we're going to put a bot charging lane, but I haven't quite decided that yet. But the oil presses are in, so that means we should be producing more food. And you are going to be kohlrabies, and my next storage... I know I should have small warehouses that export it over here and vice versa, so on and so forth. But I don't think it's that far. I mean, I could even run a tubeway station around here over the top, and we have a tubeway station. Oh, maybe we will do that. Maybe we will do that. So, I'm going to put that there, and we will have that be eggplant rations. And they're really not going to be able to moan about food soon. So, is now the time to do this? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. You're going to be domed. You're going to be domed. And where are you? You're also going to be domed. So this is just so that I can delete this dynamite that we haven't put in yet. Good going, Scott. This is why you come here, for this amazing content. I have started putting dynamite over here though, so you know, there is that. Oh, well, we can also come in here and put this in now. Can we? Yes, we can. I need to come and delete all of these paths. This is really like... Tis me, isn't it? Oh, have they actually been doing this all this time? They have, but I don't think they can get any further. I've completely forgot about this part of our project. So, has this come to a standstill? It has, yes, come to a standstill. So, I don't think me detonating this is going to cause too much of an issue. Oh, I was wrong. Right. This is what you come here for. This is what you come here for. Don't do this to me. Can it just flow back down the hole? Well, at least there's only these guys are going to get contaminated. Do you know what? If this is happening, which it is happening, I would like to point out, I should have put sluices over here, shouldn't I? That would have been a better solution rather than what I did. Yeah, well, if it's happening, it might as well just get on with it and happen. Right, let's go. Never look at this ever again. Never look at this ever again. So, what did you do today? Just killed our entire crop? Oh, and it's flowing back down into our water source. That's very non-good, isn't it? Do we have the dirt to do this? Ah, it's stopped now. It's stopped now. Well, there is that. Well, let's just pretend I'm not that bad at decision making. I am that bad at decision making. What are we doing over here? This going in, this going in. I mean, this can all just be normal priority now. Cassava, lovely. Well, at least as to get over there, they haven't got to contaminate themselves because they do just go through the pipes. Oh, they've already built that. So now I should be able to turn the power plants back on. The sources even. Close you. And where are you? So fingers crossed we'll start to get power back, and then, you know, we can start to make some more bots. We have 3 incapacitated bots. Oh, is it because they lack power? Bot is out of power. Okay. Start going again. We also need to actually put the terrain back on top of this, don't we? Because look at that. I can't believe this. I can very much believe this. You having fun down there, guys? Okay. Good for you. However, we were discussing this. So you can come out and we can put a sluice in. And you're going to be high prioritized, and you're going to close above downstream depth of 0.5. Fine. This might not survive for the longest of droughts, but the tolerance of the mangrove trees is actually quite high. So, fingers crossed. You know, it won't be too much of have too much of an impact. Do we have power again? We do have power again. Bots are charging again, I hope. I do need to think about a bot charging station as well. Like a really big one. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. Badwater is being... So you should be set to obtain. You should be set to supply. So, how was this going to look before I came over here and killed everything? We are going to have... See, I was going to have some coffee bushes over here, but I'm not sure this is the right place for them. I feel like we're going to come in with the soybeans over here. Soybeans and the cassavas, even though they're temperamental as hell. So maybe we'll have... Do we have enough farmhouses here? Well, kind of. Kind of. I also don't know how far the actual water reaches. So we'll wait until we flushed out. We'll wait until we've flushed out for this. Okay. Do I continue to add to this monstrosity? We could talk about how we're going to get a second layer on this. So if I run that path down there like so, not like that. Send me a new mouse, please. I'm joking. So that comes down there like that. We can have another layer of these double warehouses. To make it look really factorial. So we are going to have the hydroponic gardens. Maybe they'll be situated somewhere down here. Is this looking dystopian enough for everybody? I'm not sure if it's dystopian enough for me. But let's give them more connectability. Actually, no, we won't do connectability for now. I want to think about how I would like to get up here. So is there a world in which we delete that? So how high would this have to be? So if I did that, will that go over the top of that? It will, but it's too high. So do I do... Do we even need connectivity up here? Do we? I'm not sure we do. I mean, I would like to. What are you? Canola oil. So we are actually starting to produce that. Do we... Do we do this? So 1, 2, 3. No, you don't need to be that, do you? Because ideally I'll... okay. I think I need to do... I'm trying to solve a problem I don't really need to solve because it isn't a problem. But you know... I didn't need to buy that one either, did I? Because I could have just bought that one. That's a bit silly. So if we come up there like that... and put a tubeway station there... Okay, so I don't need to do that either. So if we did this, get rid of that... and then popped in... Nope, too long. Tubeway station. This doesn't need to be here. This is purely my own hubris coming for me. And there we go, we can get up to this level here for probably very little reason. Does it look ugly? Yes. Am I going to carry on with it? Yes, also yes. So, we have 3 bots. I am going to start to turn the mine into... Should I? Is there other jobs where beavers are injuring themselves? Maybe we turn the smelters onto bots to begin with? Because I can turn individual workplace. So let's do this. Let's do this to begin with, and then that keeps them running round the clock, so to speak. Oh, I need this to flush through. Come on. We're not going to open that up at the bottom yet until later. Why is it full? Oh, does that just flow through there? It does just flow through there. I don't know how it got down here. Unless that just... It's very confusing. Water physics and Timberborn. I mean, it's really good, but it's also really confusing. So this looks absolutely evil. Build it. I'm fully aware you probably need to build all of this actually first. And then they can get this built as well for the eggplant rations. So, how is cassavas? We don't have them being produced yet either. Get that produced actually. Get that built actually. And we are going to have water flowing through relatively soon. Also, I know I jump around a lot. My mind is like the internet browser with a million tabs open. You send that meme. So we're just gonna get rid of that. Pop this loose, and then we finally have this badwater diversion popped in. I didn't delete the right tile. And this is going to be set to close below contamination to get that built ASAP so we can maximise water. Lovely. Then all of our bad tide diversions are built. That's put in. Excellent. How am I going to get... A, how am I going to get it over here? And B, if we expand the reservoir, how am I going to stop that from becoming a thing? Maybe for now, it just is a thing. And we worry about that later. We have another box. And hopefully we are producing the metal a bit quicker now. I may... I'm not sure what a lot of this looks like, because we need to still get down here at the moment. I would like this built as well. I would like all of this built because I just demand on giving them jobs, giving them things to do. Fermented cassava. And then what that does is that then gives us 3 for each. So when fermented soybeans, fermented mushrooms and fermented cassava. So we should start fermenting all of those cassavas we got. And then maybe we'll think about putting a way down, or we'll have another tube station come all the way down here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what some of this looks like. But that's because I keep giving them a million jobs to do. We're in cycle 1, day 1. Not cycle 1, cycle 31, day 1. So fingers crossed, the water is going to start to flow this way and push all of this bad water out. So I can actually start to plan what we're going to do with our... with this green space we have, and whether there's enough water here that will push all the way to this boundary. I can't quite remember. We do need to move some of this stuff as well. Maybe the next thing is to build like builders hut area and haulers area. Please tell me you've built that. Oh, that just makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Because then you can get across your silly gits. Are we really that short on beavers? Because everything is stabilised, I'm going to do something a bit rash. Let's come in with a couple more advanced breeding pods. I'm going to keep them over here for now. We are going to move them all over here at some point, but I haven't quite decided where I'm putting them. Let's get some more beavers on the go. Probably should have done that earlier. But the canola oil is actually starting to mount up a bit now, so that's good. Fermented cassava, food is great. I might have the bot start to produce the dynamite as well. I think that just makes sense. And we're probably going to have to move the number crunchers as well. I need to... Why am I doing this? The bots now live in the mine. They have none. So there's 6 bots. These are all going to come back to be beavers. Because hopefully the medium chance of injury, I know the explosives factory is a high chance of injury, but hopefully once the bots start to fill this out a little bit, they will work all through the day, all through the night, and that will reduce the chance of injury for a lot of our beavers. And is this good? Is this working? It's flowing through. This is being pushed out. That isn't being pushed out. This does all stay irrigated. So what I'm thinking is we come over here with a path. And we're going to put in some platforms. I'm not sure of the ratio. Do we reckon 1 to... I mean, if I just fill this up. And we could put some storage there as well. So if I come in with some farmhouses, and then maybe a storage. And then those last ones can just be. Maybe if I delete that actually, and the storage goes on the end here, and then we can potentially run a path through here so that they could farm on both sides maybe. So this is all going to be. So we have canola, we have corn, we have eggplants, we have no soybeans. So build soy babies, plant soybeans there, soy babies, and plant cassava over here. Does that look okay? And then we can still get up here to harvest our badwater. And build this for me next, please. So then we have soybeans, we have more cassava. We will be able to process more of these. Yeah, okay, that's good. Sorry, I'm just driving off the side of the map. So, what are you? You're cassava. You're now soybeans, guys. And then we're going to start to think about the hydroponic gardens, I think. Well, we're not. We're going to maybe eventually actually put the bots in that I promised, rather than just the few that we've put in. How's this going? And how is this working? Is this isn't all leaking out the bottom here, is it? No, excellent. Good stuff. I do want to get these moved. We probably need to put another berry storage. I mean, this is relatively easy, isn't it? Do we not just... Not like that. Then we just have another food storage. And another set of warehouses. I'm not sure that gap needed to be there actually, but here we are. The reason I've not put any time lapses in this episode is because I'm on an evening, so it's a little bit harder. The one on Saturday, the one that I'm going to record on Saturday for Monday, might have time lapses in. Just for your information. I guess I just let them keep producing corn rations and eggplant rations again. And then we'll worry about the mushroomy food when we get there. Yeah, that looks okay. And then I need to decide whether I run this tubeway all down here or I don't. What do we reckon? Do I run the tubeway all down there? Okay, let's just put it in for contingency, and then if we don't, we don't. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. So my beavers say, as I give them millions of jobs that they can never finish. And I promised I was going to do something about this as well, didn't I? So, and I didn't. So, we're going to learn from our mistakes. Are we going to put a sluice in this, are we? I don't know as we can unless we get down in there and properly build it. So, triple, I guess. No, double's fine. We put that there. Lovely. And then if we come in there with... I'm hoping that's going to be high enough. And then we might have to turn them off when we send someone down here, or we just send someone down here and we just go for it. Do we just send someone down here and go for it? Or are we feeling nice? I don't really want to lose power, if I'm honest. And then we're going to put some sluices in. But what we're going to do is we're going to have them set to open to begin with, so they can't backflow and absolutely screw us. So that connect up like that, fair enough. And they can then all come along here. So fingers crossed that's not too bad. We also need to figure out where we're going to put our district centre, which I think is probably going to be somewhere in here, to be honest. Or maybe over here. But this is really starting to take shape now. I'm really pleased with how this is starting to look. We are reducing the number of injured beavers we have, which is always good, because the bots are working in the mines now. I don't know whether I need to... No, good selected. You should just be set to soybeans and you can be supply. Look at them planting all of that. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Food diversity is on the way. Maybe we do need another couple of oil presses, but I'm sure we can squeeze that in somehow. We have all this space down here to work with. Do we do? So we kind of got all of the food in there. Builder hut land can be here. I'm not sure. Let's do everyone's favourite job. And put some more of these guys in. No. No, that was silly. It's a bit annoying it's off centre, but I guess that's just the name of the game. So once we have that space, what does that kind of look like? I could just also have builders' huts running all along this side here, facing the water, and the hauling post facing the water as well. Maybe that's the better play. I'm not really sure. I think I've settled on the mangoes being here. I did like mangroves being over here. I did like this idea here, but I'm just not sure how practicable it is. I think some beavers are just going to get ill for a little bit. We have the capability to heal them, so I'm not going to cry. And I'm starting to think, do we even need to come over here and get extra power from this? I'm not so sure myself. There is lots to think about, and I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comments. This is a shared playthrough, I feel. So, you know, let me know. Let me know if I'm doing something that's completely triggering. Soybeans. We are going to need mushrooms and algae. I have a feeling that the may look something like this over this side. The algae and mushroom hydroponics. Should we get them unlocked? So what do they look like? They're only 200. Yeah, so this is going to be some horrendous structure like this that's just going to mirror it. Maybe we pop it over this side as like as a mirror. Well, we could do, couldn't we? I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Might have to change these warehouse configuration a bit. Let me know. Should I mirror it on this side going this way? Or should I keep it over here? I think we might mirror. It's not meant to be a perfect mirror, but, you know. And now we can start to turn these back onto bots because we have bots. I'd also need to think about a charging station, very much so. Flooded building, that's fine, you can go away anyway, you're not really needed. They are slowly building that. So yeah, this is going to be a nice mangrove area to grow. I also need to think about coffee. Where could coffee go? Lots to think about. Maybe we put a dump up here and have coffee up here. Or maybe coffee goes in here. Because we are going to start to evacuate. I mean, we need to start to evacuate a lot of this. I know I put in the extra breeding pods because I'm an absolute idiot. But that they didn't build. So now I'm going to put them as high priority. We could start to... Once we've moved the builders' huts, the hauling posts, and the number cruncher... well, I think we're going to have a couple of number crunches, if I'm honest, because we are going through sites at a rate of knots. Do I also need to... So I need to get the grease factory to improve them, but I also need to get the control tower to improve their output. So we definitely want a control tower down here. Like, Jesus. I kind of like the idea as well of the control tower sitting on top of that. What do we reckon for that? Does that look good? And that will just... What does the control tower even do? It just improve their efficiency. It sends out a signal to nearby bots to boost their performance. So yeah, we will put that in. Get that in. So we're coming up to 52 minutes. I hope we're starting to come towards some... Not the end. This is definitely not the end. We're not even close to the end. We're coming towards some semblance of progress. This is looking good. Detonate the dynamite as I'm trying to say goodbye. Oh, look at that. That was cool, wasn't it? Oh, I didn't even look. This is a 26-day drought. So these if we do plant mangroves in here, they are not surviving for this amount of time. So we're also going to have to increase the reservoir size. So we'll have to see what that looks like. It probably means pulling these trees out and coming round. That's the last bit, isn't it? This is the first bit. Yeah, this is definitely the first bit. Popping it up here. So I think I want to go... Well, realistically, we can only go one more high unless I start to get silly. I think one more high is reasonable to do. I don't think it's going to be too out of the realms of difficult. We could also always dynamite a lot of this down in here so there's still just more water. But I am waffling on. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Please let me know if you have any comments down below. I love hearing them and love trying to implement your ideas in the spirit of how I want to do things as well. So I will catch you next time.